Today I will explain for the starting onwards. Okay, so what is performance testing and what is the tools we can discuss and components and Loadrunner architecture. Today up to I will complete for here. So and after Monday onwards I will start for the PT life cycle. So going to the performance testing. So what is the performance testing means? We need to test for the application behavior under various conditions. Like a behavior, nothing but one application will be there. That will be some banking application, is the bank application will be there. So under various conditions, nothing but maybe it's a bank application nowadays everyone using for the online only. So we need to like add for the payee and we need to transfer fund to the one account to other account, or we need to request any checkbook request, or we need to update any address details. So everything we can doing for the online only. So for this type of things, maybe you can observe in morning time bank applications will be very busy because everyone is doing for their transactions, and everyone will be transferring the money and everyone requesting the money, and this all things will be happen. So that is why various condition, nothing but some load and load and average load and very peak load time. So these are always we need to check for the application behavior, how it is happening. So without application like the average load time, how it is the behavior is going, and after that, after 100% of the load, how it is happening, more than 100% is load, how it is happening. So these all things we need to do for the performance testing point of view. So going to the in performance testing, we have the different tools in market like Loadrunner and Neoload and JMeter, Loadgen, so stuff. So Loadrunner and Neoload and JMeter actually mostly using for the these three tools for the every company using. So going to the mostly 100% of the companies using for the only Loadrunner only. Which tool? 100% is companies using for the Loadrunner. Going to the Neoload and JMeter, JMeter using for the 1 or 2% only. Because JMeter is a open source tool, means anyone can download it and anyone can use this. Means it is a open source tools. See for what happened in the MNC companies, we are using for the JMeter is a open source tool. So then they will give for the project, and we need to ask for them. We need for the $3,000 million we are using for the through JMeter, means they will provide, not provide, because you are using for the open source tool. So why we are giving for that much of budget to you a project? Maybe you are using for the Loadrunner. So Loadrunner is a expenses tool, means you need to buy the license. So you need to buy the license, means what we can tell to client, okay, we are using for the Loadrunner tool, we need to buy the license. So we need to buy the license, we need for the this much of millions of dollars to this project, and we have the Loadrunner, we have the team will be there, we have 10 to 15 members, we need to pay for this much of amount to for each and everyone. So we need to show to the client, okay, this is the budget, okay, then they will give for the more budget to our project. That is why most of the companies using for the Loadrunner only. But small companies will be there, like a very small like 10 to 15 numbers, like these companies, they don't have particular team is the perform testing, and they don't have Loadrunner tool because they need to buy the license, means they don't have budget. So at that time what can do means, okay, they also do for some perform testing and they need to also show to the client, right? So they will use for the JMeter and they will show for the results, like through JMeter we have done for this way. That is the JMeter is the open source tools. So I will explain our class Loadrunner and JMeter. These two tools I will be tell for the course, end of the course. So once first will be I start for the Loadrunner, and after that I will start for the JMeter. So going to the Loadrunner, we have the 5 components in Loadrunner. So using these 5 components only we can do for the end-to-end testing. Like as a performance testing we are doing means through Loadrunner, you need to use these 5 components. Using these 5 components only we can do for the end-to-end testing, like virtual user generator, controller, and agent process, and load generator, and analyzer. So going to the one by one, what is the virtual user generator? What is the controller? Means virtual user generator, nothing but, so we need to record for the business flow, means we need to use for the virtual user generator. So what is the business flow? What is the business flow? So business flow, nothing but you are doing for the any of the application. Like we are doing for the Paytm. We can assume just I'm giving for the Paytm is our project. Okay. So Paytm, what things we can do? We can open the Paytm, right? Open or launch URL is a Paytm URL. Launch URL. And after that, what we can do? Login, right? Without login, we not do for the any transactions. And after that, what we can do? We can recharge you. Maybe anything we can do, right? Recharge mobile or DTH. So, and after that, what we can do? Payment or transfer also there, right? So, and apart from this, receipt pay to the bills pages. Okay, we can book the movies also. Is it correct? Book yes. Movie. And what things we can do? Book the flight also. Is it correct? Book yes. The flight and book the train also. So means these all will be we are performing for the in Paytm application. So this is the business flow. So if anyone asks for the what is the business flow of this Paytm application means, so these all will be our business flow application. So in Paytm things what we can do, we can launch URL and after that we need to log in. After login only maybe you can recharge mobile or DTH or anything you need to recharge. And payment transfer you need to pay like send to the Paytm to Paytm or bank to Paytm. So bank to bank. So you need to do for the payment transfer. And after that, you need to pay bills like water bill, current, electricity bill, or anything you need to pay means you need to pay the bills. And after that, we can through Paytm application, we book the movie. And through Paytm application, we can book the flight. So these all will be each and every one we can consider as a one transaction. So means you need to record the script in views and means you should be understand the business flow. First thing you should understand, okay, Paytm application will be there. So what are things we can do for this Paytm application? So each and everyone will be critical business transaction or not, we need to check. So a critical business transaction means what? Mostly users accessing that particular transaction, we can call it as a critical business transaction. So launch will be critical business transaction or not? Because everyone will be launch will be happen. So that is the critical business transaction. We can call it as a CBT. And after that login also it's a CBT or not? CBT. So what is CBT means? Critical business transaction. Means for that transaction login is there. So number of users will be login at a time. So that is why we can call it as that is the CBT. And going to the recharge mobile DTH, this is the CBT or not? No. We can consider as a CBT or not?
I think no.
Why no?
No.
Yeah. Means see, maybe number of users will be not access for that application. So that is why you guys are telling for the recharge of the mobiles will be not a CBT. It's correct because see what will happen in recharge mobile, we have the different source will be there. Through we can do for the mobile apps will be there. Otherwise, like GPay is there, phone pay is there. So different applications will be there. Means everyone will be doing for the same application or Paytm only they are doing for the recharge for mobile application. Then we can consider as a CBT. But it is will happen for the anyone will do for that. Otherwise, everyone will not do for then the Paytm. So that is why we can't consider as a this is not a CBT. And payment transfer will be there. So this is the CBT or not? CBT only because Paytm transactions also we are doing for the everyone will be doing for the Paytm transaction because nowadays everything will be cardless transactions is going and everything will be doing for the online only. So we can even you can drink the tea also, we are using for the Paytm. So means everywhere we are using for the payment point of view, we are using for this application. So that is why this is the payment and bills. Bills point of this is the CBT or not?
Not CBT.
Yeah, it's CBT.
CBT only, right? See, bills means not only one bill. Maybe we can pay the electricity bill, and maybe we can pay the water bill. So different bills we are paying. So maybe see, for example, you are scanning also, that is also, it is coming from this point of view. So means everyone will be scan and do for their transactions. They will pay for the bills. Means this is also we can consider as a CBT, number of user doing. So book the movie is a CBT or not?
Not CBT.
Not CBT, because it is happen for the maybe per day point of view, we can observe maybe 100 number of users only book the ticket. Going to the, we can book for the some other way, book my show will be there. So in book my show is we can book that movie will be CBT, because number of users will be access that application, they are doing for their transaction. So this is not a CBT. And book of flight also not a CBT.
CBT.
And book train will also, it will happen rarely. And going to log out is the, everyone will do, right? Log out. So this is the CBT. So okay, one application will be there. We not test for the entire application. So what are in that application? What are the critical business transactions? Those transactions only we need to test. Like now, no need for this transaction for us. You are testing this application means no need this, and no need for these 3 transactions. Means Facebook application Paytm is there, means you want only for these transactions will be help. But functional point of view, you need for all the transaction. But our point of view, no need for that one. Means we should be understand the business flow. What are the our critical business transactions? So this business flow you need to record for the using for the our virtual user generator. So everyone understand, right? Business flow nothing but, so what are the transactions we are performing for application? Those are we can consider as a transactions. So going to the virtual user generator. So this is the virtual user generator. Everyone able to see virtual user generator? So this is the virtual user generator. Using this virtual user generator, we can record the script and do the script enhancements. Like record the script means which scenario we need to execute, what is the business flow. For example, you are doing Paytm, you need to record this business flow like launch application, login, payment, bills, and logout. Maybe you are doing any flight booking application, means what are the transactions will be there? Launch URL, login, and flight booking, and payment, and logout. So so these all will be, we can consider as a business flow. So this business flow using for the virtual user generator, we can record the business flow and it will generate for the script statement. Once recording is completed, you are able to see for the some statements. And this is the virtual user. And going to the controller. Controller nothing but virtual user generator point of view. We need to record this script in only single user point of view. But as a performance testing, what is our performance testing? We need to execute with the multiple users. Means you need to execute multiple users, means you need to use for the controller. Controller nothing but we can design the scenario and execute with the multiple users. We can design the scenario and execute with the multiple users. And once execution is completed, then you need to analyze the results. Analyze the results means what things you need to analyze. This is the transactions. So each transaction you are, how much, for example, you are executed 1000 users. So sorry, 1000 users. So what is the average response time of launch is taken for this transaction? So maybe you are fine for the 1.3. And after that login, how much time it is taken? So it is took for the like 1.8. And after that payment is transaction will be there. This will be took for the 2.2, and means bills will be there. It is taken for 1.4, and the logout will be there. It is taken for 1.5. So means this is the each and every we can get seconds only. 1 second, 3 milliseconds only. Like within 1 second means all transactions will be We are getting within 2 seconds. No, actually our SLA will be universal SLA, not only this application, any application as a performance testing point of view, 2 seconds is our SLA. 2 seconds is the SLA. So we need to check for the 1000 user point of view, response time, each and every transaction response time, we are meeting 2 seconds or not, we need to check. So analyzer nothing but we can analyze the results to find out the bottlenecks. Bottleneck nothing but we can issues. But in our performance testing language, we can call it as a bottlenecks. Maybe somewhere manual testing team they told as a defect. So anything is fine. It's a defect or a error. Anything is will be same only. But depends on the that programming language that depends on the terminal will be different. But as a performance testing point of view, we can call it as a bottleneck. So bottleneck nothing but if there is any issue will be there. So when we can go with the issue, okay, you analyze the results in the using analyzer tool, you identify the okay, login taken for the 1.3 is good, and after that launch is login is taken 1.8, and you can observe and the payment transaction. So you took for the 2.2 seconds. But what is our SLA?
2 seconds only.
2 seconds. Means what will happen? We are meeting SLA. We are not meeting SLA because it is a more than SLA. So actually our SLA 2 only, but it is taken for the 2.2 seconds. Means it is taking for the more than 2 seconds. Then what you need to do? You need to identify the where is the bottleneck, what is the issue. So you need to identify the issue. Like it is a 100 user, 1000 user point of view, CPU's memory is not sufficient. So you need to check that one. Okay, it is a CPU memory, it is okay, good. Then you need to check for the like application side, anything issues will be there. Otherwise, any client say static. So we have the some ways we need to dig the issue. You need to dig. Otherwise, you got for here is a 1.2. Then all transactions, we have the total 5 transactions will be there. 5 transactions you are meeting for the SLA or not?
Yes.
Yes.
You are
SLA.
meeting SLA. Then no need to dig the issue, no need to find any bottleneck. So because we are meeting for the our SLA, then we are good results. Then we need to send to the report to the client or our stakeholder. So what we need to send? So we are executed with the 1000 users. So most of all transactions we are meeting for the SLA 2 seconds only. We are good for results, and we are observed for the CPU memory also good. And please find the attached results. We need to send the transaction name and response times. We need to send for this response time. Then they will see for the response time. Okay, 1,000 users we are taking for the all will be we are getting for the within 2 seconds. Then they are good for the there. So that is the way we can do for the our end-to-end performance testing. So going to the these 3 is the components, and going to the we have the agent process and the load generator also one of the component for the in Loadrunner. So what is the load generator means? So you are doing for the some execution. So means for example in our system will be there. So I open many things. See, I open this window, again I open this, and I open this, and this means we are opening for the many tabs. Means each and every one will be to take some CPU and memory, right? So yes, right. So I will show that also. See, for example, we'll see the process here. You are able to see what are the apps I open. Everywhere will be some CPU utilization going and memory is going. And if it is a disk also network. So means some each and every point of it is taking some memory and CPU utilization is going. So same way you are executing for the one user, then what will happen? So one user CPU memory it is taken, and if you are doing for the 1000 user, then it will take for the memory for the more. So you need for the some machine, because 1000 user point of view, you need to give for the okay CPU memory is the okay memory is the 20 GB and CPU will be you are giving for the 4 GB for 1000 users. So you need to like how is our machine? So same will be we can consider as a load generator. Generate the load against the application. It will work for the against the application. So if anyone asks for the what is the load generator means generate the load against the application and going to the agent process. So what is the agent process? Nothing but it is establish the connection between the controller and load generator. So we need to do for the multiple user point of view execution means we can using for the control. And we need for the some machine. In that machine, we need for the CPU memory means we need for the load generator. This connectivity, how it will happen means through agent process, this connectivity will be going. Like controller, load generator, it is establish the connection between the agent process. Agent process nothing but it is an interface. It is a like a mediator between these two controller and load generator. Some connection will happen for that. That is the agent process. So these all will be 5 components. Using these 5 components only we can do for the end-to-end testing. Now everyone is idea, right? What is the virtual user generator, controller, agent process, load generator, analyzer? So what is the virtual user generator?
Kiran, 1 second, please explain.
Yes. Tell me.
Actually, your voice is muted.
Okay. So where onwards? So everyone able to hear?
Yes, yes.
Yes. 13 for
No. Only for Naresh or anyone facing same issue or my side? Naresh, you only asked, right? So going to the again, I am explaining virtual is a generator, nothing but we need to record for the business flow and it will generate for the script statement purpose. We can use for the virtual is a generator. Going to the controller, nothing but we need to execute with the multiple users and design the scenario and execution point of view we can use for the controller. And going to the agent process nothing but it is the establish the connection between controller to load generator we can use for the agent process. And load generator nothing but it will be generate the load against the application. So what is the analyzer means? Once execution is completed in controller, you need to analyze the results like each and every transaction, how much response time we are getting. You need to analyze the results using for the analyzer tool. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So I will explain for the Loadrunner architecture. Okay. So this is the Loadrunner architecture. So how it is happening, you can observe. See, we use an controller analyzer. This is the 3 components and this is the agent process. So AP nothing but agent process. Here also AP nothing but agent process. This is the LG. So now you can observe. So controller to load generator is everywhere it is going for the controller to load generator only. So means for controller to load generator, we need some connection. Means we need for the connection means using for the agent process only this connection is happening. So that is why it is established the connection between controller to load generator. And so for example, you are doing for the login. You are enter for the username and clear after that password and clicking the login. Then what will happen means this controller it is going to the load generator through agent process. It will go to that request to the LG and LG to it is going to the web server and web server to it is going to the application server to DB server it went and it will check for the credentials. Jojo bin you are entered. Okay, it will check for the details. Okay, Jojo bin, it will be correct or not, it will check. So it will correct, then what will happen? Okay, Jojo bin is successfully, you need to log in. Then you are sending we are sending the request. Then DB server, it fetch the data and it will send the response. Like, okay, Jojo bin will be there. You need to go to the next page. it will send to the DB server to application server response. Application server will send to the response to web server. Web server, it is going to the LG. Finally, it will come to the controller. So we are telling, right, response time. This round trip of this is the request and the response. We can call it as a response time. Round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. So based on this, it will work for our Loadrunner architecture. So everyone understand? Means you are sending the request. So it is going to the here and it will fetch the data. So maybe sometimes what will happen, you are giving for the data will be wrong also. It will send the response like your username password will be wrong. Like it will be send the response to here. Means this request is going and we are getting for the response. So this round trip of request and response, we can call it as a response time. What is the response time? Means this is the response time. I told, right, in this project, for example, 1.3 seconds. How it is happening means based on that it is happening. Like it is going to the controller to load generator and load generator to web server to app server to DB server. And it will fetch the data and it will send this DB server will be once request came, then it will check and it will send the response to this back to controller. This round trip of request, we can call it as a response time. So this is the Loadrunner architecture. Everyone is fine?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So today I'm stopping class because maybe Monday onwards will be start again, and because one more two guys also it will join for this class, and Monday onwards will be regularly will be start, and we are not do for the proper classes is going as per how I told, right? Once we can complete for the virtual user generator, then after this all classes, like we have the 15 to 18 classes will be there. Once this is completed, we can move to the controller. Controller is completed, we can move to the analyzer. Once this all is completed, then we can move to the JMeter is one of the tool. In the JMeter also we can complete it, then we are finished our course. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Kiran, I have one doubt actually.
Yes.
App Dynamics also one of the tool performance, right?
Yes. App Dynamics, which purpose we can use means, see, for example, you are doing for the load test. I already told we need for the CPU memory. So you need to monitor for that, means you need to use for the some APM tools and server side monitoring tools we have, SiteScope, Performance, App Dynamics, Dynatrace. So those tools also we need to use. Ravi,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like a Loadrunner, HP Loadrunner and
monitoring
JMeter,
tools.
right?
Those are we can call it as a monitoring tools.
Monitoring. Yeah. Okay.
APM
Monitoring tool,
tools
right?
are monitoring tools, we can call it. So, okay, I will explain monitoring tools also. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Apart from Ravi, anyone have any doubts? So everyone is following everyday video, and if anyone will be not getting video, right? If every day will be, I will be actually more maximum will be I will upload in our YouTube. Okay, you can subscribe and you will get for the notification. Maybe if I miss to send our group, maybe you will get for the notification. You can directly go and see also. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Rahul, you have any doubts? I think Rahul today.
No. I'm good.
You are good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you joining for everyone. We'll meet for the Monday onwards. Tomorrow is a no class. Monday onwards will be 9 to 10 a.m. So in this, who are now joined, right? Everyone is fine, right? Or anyone have any concern for that time?